La, 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 la. Here we go. Here we go. Andrew, happy Friday. How are you?
Oh, we're live, are we, Jim? I have to smile for about a good 5 seconds before we actually go live because I don't even know where we actually go live. But
Well, I
yeah,
see it, right? So in the top left-hand corner of my screen, it says you are live on Facebook and the meeting is now streaming. How are you, my friend?
yeah, really good, Jim. Busy Friday. Normally we try to finish off a little bit early on a Friday, but it's been a very busy day, which is good. So
That's good. Well, I haven't been in the office today. I had a couple of other commitments today, and so I went and did what I had to do on behalf of the company.
separate charity functions.
Yes, a couple of little events that I had to go to. It was actually a Melbourne Victory Golf Day over at Kew Golf Course, and they had about 80 people playing that teed off at 7 a.m. I certainly didn't get there at 7 a.m. But Andrew, as a golfer, I make a really good real estate agent. So myself and one of the other sponsors, Musti from Nunawading Hyundai, we drove the drinks cart around. So
and you did a good job.
Did a few laps, giving out some other sponsors, Asahi, giving out some of their fine beverages, and so yeah, it was all good, mate. It was all good. But Andrew, before we go any further, today there was a major announcement and I've got to tell you, John and I and our management team are just over the moon and absolutely so proud of your efforts, mate. Today, the ARIA Awards, realestate.com.au, we know the biggest website in the country, have their real estate awards every year. And you, my friend, got number 35 in the top residential agents in Victoria category. So massive congratulations to you, brother. I know It's not something that you set out to do, and you didn't even know about it, to be frank.
I had no idea, Jim. I received an email yesterday, a couple of days ago, saying that you're in the finalist and whatnot. And I had a quick look at it, and I didn't know what it was for, right? And then this email, they just said, congratulations, you're awarded the top or number 35, top selling agent across Victoria. And I was like, that I had no idea. But mate, all I can say to you, I'm privileged, right? I'm speechless because there's so many agents out there across Victoria, as we know, and there's some very good agents out there as well in the marketplace. But it just goes to show you, right? The one thing that I've learned across my journey is to stay in one area, work hard within that core area, gain trust of the residents within the area. And, 10 years later, it's been a great journey, and I loved every single moment of it. And, as we all know, this couldn't have been done without, the clients and obviously community, but more importantly, our own colleagues, right? So, we've got great support here in the office. Obviously Justin, as we all know, my right-hand man, without him being there supporting me as well, and the rest of the team, it kind of, you can't do it. You can't do it, right? So, and it all comes down to just, team effort and constant communication and providing first-class service to our clients, right? And look, I was speechless, to be honest, and I still am, because it's a great privilege to be recognised as number 35 in Victoria. So yeah, very proud.
Mate, we're delighted for you. And what that does, my friend, if we look at it, there are well over 2,000 real estate agents, about 2,500 in Victoria. And so that puts you in the top 2% category. So there are two messages there. Number one is it's not something that you set out to do. It just, you do it. And I always say to people when they look at someone that's successful like yourself, and you hear me say it in meetings and in our training sessions, that you're an overnight success. It's taken you 10 years, all right? But it's it doesn't change anything. But what it is wonderful acknowledgement of all your efforts, and more importantly, to anyone that's a younger agent that's watching, and any of the younger agents that you mentor, just as I've coached and mentored people over the years, what it does is it gives them a roadmap that not everybody wants to do it, but it gives them a roadmap that if you put the effort in and you do your absolute best. And more importantly, if we forget the numbers and just think about the client, always put the client first, which is what you do. And that's our mantra. If you put the client first and always do what's best for the client, the results come. So,
Yeah, spot on, Jim.
So sincerely,
And
however, from a director point of view, from a management point of view, I was talking to John before, John Nakic, my business partner, of course, for 30 years. We spoke about it earlier, Andrew, and we are just so proud of your efforts. So well done, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jim. Yeah.
Well,
Look, Jim, appreciate the support and obviously the opportunity since when I started here when I was 20 years old or just under that, and I'm 32 now with a wife and a couple of kids, and and just a great client referral list, and I pinch myself, right, because that's just I wouldn't have thought it would be the case, right? So, but you're spot on. Always think of the client. Never think of the commission's irrelevant to me, right? It's just not even it just happens, right? And you have to look up to your clients, and you've done this yourself for the past 30 odd years. So thank you as well. So
well done. Enough of that.
We continue.
Enough of that. Let's give people a bit of a wrap. So last weekend, Andrew, we commenced on the 30th of January. We did our first auctions for 2021, and in our office we had 6 auctions scheduled, and we sold 5 of them. Of those auctions, and the one that didn't sell is currently being negotiated on, which is really good. But we had a really feel-good story last week, a wonderful story on a property that was supposed to be auctioned this week that we brought forward because the interest was there. We didn't want to keep people hanging on and waiting. They indicated there that they wanted to buy. I think did we have 16 registered bidders for that?
Spot on.
So property, our whoever came to our auctions over the last few years and used to see our coffee truck, Shane, our coffee
He's
truck.
Watching now, Jim. He's actually watching now.
Watching. So we love Shane and his family. So it was Shane's property. Now, it doesn't happen with every single property. Let's understand that. We always talk about the outstanding sales. It doesn't happen with every single one, but this was one out of the box at number 14, Scarvell Crescent, I think, in Caroline Springs. So, Andrew, perhaps you can give us some numbers on that one.
Yeah, Jim, we had 173 odd buyers go through in literally 2.5 weeks. A great campaign. But Shane listened to our advice from day dot, right? We spoke about listing the property, before Christmas and what needed to be done in regards to styling and how far of the renovations we actually go through. So every bit of advice he did listen to. Marketing was simply superb, and definitely obviously had it marketed right and quoted correctly. And mate, look, to Shane's credit, went simply superb, and we obviously had to bring it forward because after meeting 173 buyers after a couple of weeks, the property is going to sell. Yeah. And we just didn't want to lose any buyers that were quite interested in the property. So we brought it forward a week and a bit, and we had a reserve price of $620 and eventually selling for $696,000. And seeing our client's face, we've known Shane for a number of years, and it was good to see a bit of a tear coming out of his eye, which is always a good feeling as an estate agent as well.
Well, it certainly is, and it's a great result. The message is that there are very, very many disappointed buyers that missed out. So anyone in that area that is thinking of selling, please reach out. And if you are thinking of selling, we've got a truckload of buyers, 15 in fact, just from that one property that missed out, that are very, very keen to buy in that immediate area. So get in touch with Andrew, give him a yell. So let's move on to tomorrow, Andrew. Tomorrow we have got effectively, we had 4 auctions scheduled. We sold one beforehand, which was at 46 Beergrass, which only just sold on Wednesday. Can you tell us a little bit about that property and what it got?
Well, Jim, very similar story in regards to Scarvell, but not as much as in terms of buyers on that property. But it's a property that offered 4 bedrooms and a study, but most importantly, it did have side access. So a lot of young tradies and I suppose, we had a couple of buyers that are a little bit older that had caravans and boats and those kind of things that needed the side access. So regardless of property itself, the side access in the backyard is what actually sold that property. We're quoting that property there 6 to 650. We had about 60 odd buyers go through that listing, so which is quite normal in this market environment. Although one of the buyers that we met last year, that unfortunately missed out on a property in Camelot Place in Hillside, came out with a really strong offer of 700,000 prior to auction. So quoted 6 to 650, opening offer of 700,000. Although we ended up selling it for $710,000 last night. So which again, a strong result in the local area.
Yeah, great result. So we move into tomorrow, and we've got at 11 a.m. we've got 2 auctions. So I'm going to be out in Caroline Springs out at number 7 Tucker Place. Now that is a large home. It's a 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom, over 60 squares on a big piece of land. So a lot of interest on that property from large families, and because it's on a big piece of land with a Caroline Springs address, that's pretty rare, right?
Correct.
So I'll be out there doing that one with a couple of the guys. And Andrew, you're at 25 Synergy in Taylor's Hill. Tell us a little bit about that.
Correct, Jim. Jim, this has been also a great campaign. We've had about 117 buyers, 118 buyers through that property there. So inquiry again has been simply superb. This property here has a 3-bedroom on 330 square meters of land. So not a large allotment, although it's great for first home buyers, investors, and obviously downsizers, right? So that property there is quoted 560 to 590. We've got a few registered bidders. Once again, investors, first home buyers, and obviously downsizers. So looking forward to that auction there. Our vendor Maria probably watching this as well. So good luck to Maria for tomorrow as well. She's feeling a little bit nervous, but I think she'll be okay.
Well done. Good luck, Maria. And then, of course, we've got one at Camelot Place, number 6 in Hillside, and that'll be on in the afternoon. So best of luck for that one as well. But the other thing, Andrew, that I just think that you should touch on, there's been a few lovely, lovely homes listed. Of course, we've got homes that are spread out right across the price brackets, but there was one particular home that's come on the market in Castlewellan Boulevard in Hillside, Andrew, that we're just getting ready to go to market. So at the moment, we've got it in pre-market stage. I had the very good fortune of selling this property many years ago, and back in 2007, it was an owner-built home, currently owned by the most gorgeous family, and from memory, Andrew, it's over 80 squares. It's about 80 odd squares. It's got an indoor pool. It is magnificent for anyone that's a tradie, because it's got a separate driveway that you could fit comfortably 10 cars behind a gate.
Easily.
And then an incredible, I'll say it again, man cave, workshop, hoists, where you could comfortably fit another 2, 4, 6, 7 cars at least, plus a workshop behind it. Botanical gardens, yeah?
Oh, Jim, this is the best home in the estate that's going to come to market, right? So we've had the privilege of selling some beautiful homes throughout that estate, but this is just a class home. That the indoor pool, the size of the indoor pool is it's like going to MSAC, right? It's just huge. it's massive. So look, just a prestige home, and the vendors, as you said before, just brilliant, right? So really excited to have that property come to market. So that is ready next Wednesday. I believe we're getting photos there done. Jim, sorry. You're going to be a part of the video as well, Jim. So yes, so you should be pretty excited about that, I reckon.
Do I need to put a tie on, mate? Should I suit up or should I come casual?
I think we'll come casual, maybe jump in the pool straight afterwards as well.
That can be done.
Yes, really excited about that property. But look, Jim, we have a couple of really nice homes coming to market as well, right across Hillside, Taylor's Lakes, Taylor's Hill, and obviously surrounding suburbs. So it's been another good couple of weeks of listings as well.
It has been. We also, Andrew, I don't even think you know about this one, 11 Anguri Crescent, Taylor's Lakes, perfect first home buyer's home, or anybody for future development potential, subject to council approval, of course. It's a corner property. It's a nice, neat 3-bedroom home with a double carport, corner access, but 650 square metre block, just one in. from Apollo Road. It's on the corner of Ayers Court. It's number 11 Anguri Crescent. Also got two gorgeous, brand new, two-bedroom villa homes at 30 Hannah Avenue, Unit 2 and 3. They're brand new. They're almost completed. They'll be finished over the next week, and they're currently in pre-market stage as well. So we're just starting to have some inspections, and people can reach out if they want to have a look at those. Perfect first home buyer or downsizer opportunity in the sort of mid to high 400s range.
Oh, beautiful.
So, you know, there's some really, really good properties available at the moment, Andrew, spread right across the price points, yeah?
Yeah, look, Jim, I suppose as the vendor, right, at the moment, looking at the buyer demand and the hunger from buyers as well. And look, to be fair to buyers as well, they know there's healthy competition out there. There's just limited supply, right? Simple as that. And, to the vendors that are coming to the market right now, they're definitely taking advantage of that. And obviously to the vendors out there that, I went to an appraisal yesterday in Hillside, and I explained to them the scenarios of the current market conditions and whatnot, and they were thinking about selling around end of April thereabouts. But we've got them to the market now, not because we want them to, obviously, for us to sell it, just purely and simply the appetite from buyers that we're seeing out in the marketplace. It's just something that we've seen it obviously in 2017 when the market was quite good, obviously, and in 2008, 2009. But this is next level. I just never seen it before.
I think. Look, we have spoken about it before, Andrew, and it seems to be the perfect storm. I mean, we know that we had a period last year of a lot of uncertainty, and what that created was pent up demand. But we've got an environment at the moment where, and Reserve Bank Governor came out this week and said that interest rates are not going to go anywhere anytime soon. As a matter of fact, they were saying that they can't see interest rates changing north for the next 2 to 3 years. That's their prediction. So you've got an environment where people can borrow right now at around 2%, just over. That is the cheapest money in our history, in living history, that we can all remember. So if you have a job and you can take advantage of any of the government stimulus that's out there at the moment, and your job is secure, you know that you can borrow money cheaper than anywhere in history. You can lock in rates for 3 years at under 2%, at 1.98 and 1.89. I saw the other day fixed rates for 3 years if you want that comfort. The point is that we can't see this changing. So all the experts are telling us that interest rates are going to stay in this environment as they are. So when you've got that type of environment and money is so accessible, and it wasn't a couple of years ago, it's allowing people to make decisions and move forward with their life. So it's creating this artificial bubble, if you like, of a low stock. The fact is we're selling more property than we were a year ago. So
spot on.
Stock isn't really low. What it is that we've got more demand now, which is artificially making it look like it's low. Because if we had another 10, 15 or 20 homes, we'd sell them.
Spot on.
And that's what's creating strong pricing. But the fact is, history tells us that if we look at history, most properties double every 10 years. So if, whatever you're going to pay, whatever you're going to buy into today, if history keeps going the way it always has, you know that your money's going to be safe in the longer term. So
long term. And
people don't buy property for 6 or 12 months. They tend to buy property as a long-term investment, as a long-term decision, because it's either an investment or it's something to live in. And if you're going to live in it with family, it's generally a longer-term proposition. So
spot on. And we've seen it, and you've seen it as well, Jim. Look, you've got clients that you've sold 30 years ago, and I've just gone past my first 10 years, right? So I've seen clients that purchased something 10 years ago and what they paid for it back then, and we were thinking, oh, geez, this is a great result, and it probably was 10 years ago, but looking at it today, it's like you just couldn't go wrong, right? So, but look, we have to do the right thing by our buyers. More importantly, at the moment, we just can't, sit there and think, this home's going to sell itself. It doesn't. You still got to go through a process, make sure it's marketed well, make sure it's presented well, and make sure you get a good result.
Absolutely. All right, mate. Now, I know you've got an appointment in 15 minutes' time, mate, so I think we should wrap it up. And
Natasha's watching me. She just said hello. You have to come to my house.
Fantastic. All right, buddy. Listen, Great chatting. Once again, congratulations from all of us on your outstanding award. It is wonderful, wonderful recognition. Have a great afternoon to everybody watching. Have a great weekend. And if we see you around the traps tomorrow, make sure you reach out and say good day.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks again, Jim. And thank you to my clients as well. And to everyone, have a great weekend. We'll speak to you next week.
See you guys.
See you guys. Bye-bye.